Hey, this is Pastor Dave, and this is your Monday Mojo. Hope you had a great weekend. So last week I saw something posted on an educator's Facebook page. It was a photograph of a slide that was being presented at some sort of a continuing education event that said, and the slide said, kids that are loved at home come to school to learn. Kids that aren't come to be loved. I thought that's very insightful and probably a battle that teachers are facing all the time. Kids that are loved at home come to school to learn. And I couldn't help but extrapolate that. Isn't that true of all of us? I mean, don't we all, more than anything else in this life, want to be loved? And I think kids that are loved, it's more than just being a biological child or even an adopted child. There's something active about the word loved. Kids that are valued, kids that are treasured, kids that are given boundaries, kids that are shown what life looks like, kids that are invested in, well, then they come to school to learn. But kids that don't get any of that at home, they come for that. And I think it's the same with you and I. I think that if the home life in which we find ourselves, the relationship with the spouse, the relationship at home, is one where we are valued and treasured and boundaries and shown what life's all about, then we find that we are loved, and we can show up at work, we can show up at civic duties, we can show up in the neighborhood to do the work that needs to be done there. But if we don't get that at home, then we show up there looking for it. What about in our churches? If when folks come to our churches, they are loved, in other words, they are treasured and they are valued and they are shown boundaries and they are shown what life's all about, then they can go out into the rest of life and show up to do whatever that is in the rest of life. I think it's just so valuable that we understand this, that we can't show up for the rest of our life, whether that be work or school or community or life, if we aren't in the most basic of places loved, valued, treasured, shown boundaries, shown what life is all about. But when we do find that, we can show up to do the other things of life. Be a student, be a worker, be a community member. So I thought there was tremendous wisdom in that quote, and I thought it was tremendous wisdom for each of us. So in your home, if you have kids, value and treasure them and let them know that, and show them boundaries and show them what life's about. In your church, when you go to church, when you're with people, value those folks, treasure those folks, show them the boundaries, show them what life is all about, so that we all can show up for the other things in this life. Anyway, that was my insight from an educator's, quote, thought that I think applies to all of us. Have a great week.